Hello guys, this is Marco and I'm going to show you how to create your first window on SDL2. If you don't know anything about SDL, I'm going to leave a link in the description of a really good talk that was done by one of the developers of SDL2, I believe. I'm not sure if he is, but it's like a really good talk. It has a lot of useful information. And to sum it up, it's just a library that you use for displaying graphics on the screen and also getting input from the user, like from the keyboard, the mouse, or a gamepad. It's primarily used for developing games, but it's like a general purpose library. You can use it for anything. And other thing that is really good is that it's cross-platform because it's built in with C. So I'm pretty sure that there are bindings through the library for a lot of programming languages, Python, Lisp, even Rust, I think, I'm not sure. But anyways, you should really look it up if you're into game development and you like Linux. So the first thing that we need to do is include the SDL2 header. Now, if you're on Linux, you probably install it with your package manager. Like if you're in Arch Linux like I am, you will do something like sudo pacman SDL2. If you're in Debian, it will be something like apt-get install SDL2. So it just refer to your package manager repositories, and I'm pretty sure that SDL2 will be there. So we include the header file, and then we actually store an SDL2 window pointer, and then we call the create window function. Now I'm using company mode for Emacs, so it auto-completes and it gives me the parameters needed for the function. So the first thing that we need is the window title. This is just going to be my window. And XY coordinates is going to be 0, 0, and then 500 pixels, Y by 500 pixels with height. And then we're just going to pass in the window shown flag. Now, in like a real program, we will do some error handling here. And it's super easy. You will just have to check if window is defined, something along the line. So if window was not defined, then do something else. Oops, something like that, right? Anyways, if we compile the program as it is, this is just going to display an empty window, just like that. So it's kind of useless at this point. We also need to create an SDL renderer, which is also a pointer. And you can see the parameters there. It's requesting a window, which we already created. And then the index is referring to the rendering device, I believe. I'm going to leave a link in the description to the SDL2 documentation for both functions so that you can see exactly what the parameters are for. As far as I remember, this is trying to ask for the rendering target or device. I'm not sure. If you set it to -1, it's going to use the first one that it encounters. Now, we will usually use an SDL renderer accelerated, so it will use our computer GPU capabilities. So again, you will also do error handling in here. And I'm also going to call a delay function just so that the window doesn't close right away. And I think that is enough. I'm going to open up a terminal and compile this real quick. In order to compile, we need to pass in the linked library -L SDL2 like that, and there is our window. And you can tell again that is kind of weird because it's replicating whatever was in the background when it was created. So if we wanted to have like a window with a blue background, we will have to set the render raw color, I'm sorry. So it's also requesting an RGBA parameter, so 0, 0, 255, 255. So this is just the color blue, basically. Then we will have to call a function name render clear So what this is doing is setting the color that the renderer is gonna use to clear the screen. This is actually gonna clear the screen, and then in order to go ahead and display whatever we want on the screen, we need to call the render present function. And I'm pretty sure that's enough. Oops. Let me go to my terminal. There we go. I'm going to recompile it and run it. And there we have our blue screen. This is fairly simple. I just wanted to show you how to create easily your first window. You can do a lot of things with this. If you have any problems or have a question, let me know and I'll try to answer it as best as I can. See ya.